River?
Okay, Michelle, we've got Tara, and her birthday is 1/22/76.
I just want to say a little bit about Tara. She's somebody that I know from Facebook, and I know she's looking for a reading for relationship.
Oh, okay. Okay, so definitely some shifting in foundation this year. Let's see, 17, 23. Sorry, it takes a minute because we really need to chart this out just to be able to see what's going on. So let's just see. 76, you would be, oh, wow. You're definitely in high change and foundational shifting. So relationships, there's something going on in terms of dropping a relationship or restructuring something in terms of relationships. 76, you would be, let's see, get my calculator out here. I'm 78, so I'm 37. So you'd be 39? Is this a 6, 70? Yeah, that would be right. Let me just double check this here. Yeah, even though I'm a numerologist, I still use the calculator. Sorry, guys. I know to disappoint you and all, but I'm not a mathematical genius. I wish I was, but I'm not. Okay, so let's just see. 39, so that's 9. Yes, definitely huge change. So, let's see, 9. Okay, so you're 39 now. What you're going through now is definitely foundation shifting. You're in a high change mode. You're shifting your foundation in the sense that you're pruning. You're getting rid of what doesn't fit in your life anymore. So whether it be relationships, whether it be materialistic possessions, whether it be, pruning where you're living, those kinds of things, and just readjusting what fits and what doesn't fit in your life and just going with what feels like, okay, this is what I should be in, and this is where I should be, and this is the energy that I feel like is right for me. So it's really just readjusting, positioning yourself. So if you feel like literally you need to clean out your closet, literally, like go get a garbage bag and say, okay, I don't want this crap anymore in my closet, and then do it. And if you figuratively feel like you need to clean the crap out, then you need to look at your relationships. You need to look at what you're doing for a living. You need to look at all of those things because all of them are coming under question. All of them definitely are in the limelight. And it's looking like somewhere around 42 to 44, you're going to have a career shift, and a pretty big one. So whatever it is that you're shifting and changing in your foundation is going to lead you to a pretty major career shift in terms of what you're doing right now. So I don't know if you're looking toward that or if that's something you're building toward, but you definitely are moving toward that right now. And it's all to do with this pruning that's happening right at this red-hot moment. You don't have any arrows. I want to say that. And I talk about arrows when I talk about someone's chart because when you don't have any arrows, you don't have any strengths or weaknesses that are highlighted on your chart. And that doesn't mean that you're, a lazy ass or anything like that. It just means that, you definitely need to, they say that you need to work on your strengths. But you know what I see it as? I see it as someone who is able to be a counselor. And again, like the other person, in a sense, because your year also adds to 23-5. So you're definitely a natural counselor in that respect. And you're also the 10, which is 10 is called the Earth Guide that leads through casual conversation. So you are the guide. You are the easygoing, adaptable Earth Guide. So, you really are the one that stops and smells the roses and brings everybody along with you.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
You want to do Jody next? Yeah, River.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Jody is 6:30:64, Michelle.
We've got a lot of people looking for reads. Thank you so much for these tonight.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, guys. All right, so 6/30/1964. Oh, wow. Yep. We've got some major brain stuff going on here. Wow. This is a really, really challenging chart. So who is this, Jody, you say?
Jody, yep. Jody, 6/30/64.
6/30/1964. Okay, so 10/16/20. So very humanitarian, very supportive, but at the same time very mixed up. I mean, you really have, Jody, you're just so abundantly mentally sharp. I mean, there's no question that you have the what-if scenarios and you have such an abundance of ideas, but you're missing the soul plane energy. You have nothing on the soul plane, which doesn't mean that you don't have a soul. It's actually the opposite. It means that you're very hypersensitive emotionally and soulfully, and sometimes you come across, and especially because you have so much of the brain energy, so much of the mind energy, that you could come across as socially and emotionally dysfunctional. And I mean that in the best of ways, of course. I mean that, you mean well, but you may not be as well received as you want to be. So you just sometimes clam up and you don't say anything because you don't want to say it in the wrong way. And sometimes that happens because you have a disconnect between the mind and the physical. The soul is disconnecting you from that. So you have all these walls and barriers and, chains and locks, and you've thrown away the key. And so you keep people at arm's length. And when that happens, you can't communicate as well in terms of what you want to say to people, in terms of how you want to communicate. And you have double sixes as well, which is really worrisome to me because a lot of people who have this dominance of mental energy and they're detached from the physical, it means that they could have things like heartburn, digestive upset. So anything related to digestive definitely would be related to anxiety, related to, just the digestive tract in general because of the anxiety, because of the, oh my goodness, what is this and what is that, and that kind of situation. That's what you'd be in for the most part, because those double sixes would really lead you into that overactive thinking. So you'd really want to watch it for that. But you're definitely humanitarian, definitely supportive. I mean, that is something that you've always been, and, looking to right the wrongs of the world. But let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so you're in a high change as well, but opportunities. You're definitely seeing some opportunities coming at you because you're in an 8-year, which definitely 8 is all about opportunities, and it's a no-fail energy. So they always say that if you're in a no-fail energy, you've got to go for the gold. And just persevere and go. And it's definitely career because you're in a peak cycle of 5. So it is opportunities related to career for sure.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. The next one we have is Bree, and her birthday is 11/04/86. Wow, that was the year I graduated.
86?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's see what we've got here. 9, 8, 6. We've got the arrow of skepticism, so that right off the bat we've got some sort of skeptic going on here. Show me. Oh, double sixes. Wow. 24, pure 3. Okay, well, now we're talking because I'm a pure 3, so definitely I know this scenario all too well. The pure 3s are. The pure 3s are magnets right now, and I don't know if this person is feeling that. What's the name again?
Bree.
And Bree is definitely an energy that is attracting right now. It's like moth to flame energy. And let me just add this up. 10, 18. Yes. Yeah, definitely moth to flame because, let's see, 6, 11... Changing your foundation for sure, but it's because of the fact that you're a pure 3. The pure 3s are attracting like crazy right now, and I'm a pure 3, and it just feels like everyone wants to be in our presence, and it's a good thing, of course. I mean, I just love that, but it's a weird energy where you feel like you're always in the spotlight, or you walk into a room and everyone wants to talk to you or to engage with you, and it's because the pure 3s right now are like bright lights, and there's a big change going on in the world right now where we're transitioning, and I call it the bridge energy. And the Pure Threes are a very pivotal piece of that. And I always said, I read this book one time in the Philadelphia airport, and it was written by Deepak Chopra, and it was about Jesus. And I've never been religious. I didn't grow up religious. I didn't go to church. I didn't do any of that stuff. So I'm very unbiased in that respect. And I read this book about Jesus, and I'd always been really strongly fascinated and drawn to Jesus, and I always thought that Jesus was a pure three like me. And the only reason I thought that, not that I, thought that I was more special than anybody else, that's not what I meant, but I thought Jesus always had this theory that whatever I can do, you can do. And I always said that to people when I was growing up. It's like, even today, it's like people say to me, oh, you're such an inspiration, Michelle, you've accomplished so much. And I say, listen, honey, the only difference between you and I is that I have put one foot in front of the other. That's it. There's nothing that I have achieved that you couldn't achieve as well. And it's so true. And it's like Jesus, he was very practical in the sense that whatever he did, he felt like everyone else could do as well. And so the Pure Threes are really being called upon right now. And if you feel like you're a magnet for people, and if you feel like those people are really absorbing your energy and you're really like the center of the limelight, that's why. But definitely you are in a restructuring mode, but also relationships, starting, ending, changing relationships. And that's a big energy for you right now, relationships. And I would say absolutely that's probably your main focus. However, 6 is also the number of creativity and creative expression, which it could also be a career. But definitely I would have to say without a doubt you're seeing some shifting, pruning in relationships.
Thank you, Michelle. I just want to say for our listeners who are not in the chat room, Chris just posted in the chat room. Let me just say that Chris is enjoying both combination of moonshine and beer tonight. And Chris posted in the chat room, I'm feeling God tonight. And I want to let you know, Chris, that God is feeling you too.
Okay, Michelle.
What's Hollywood, honey?
We have Chuck who's next, Michelle, and his birthday is 9/23/1972.
I'm not sure if Chris is going to make the whole show on that combo.
I don't know.
And he's also munching down a pound of the finest steak you've ever seen.
It's actually 1 3/4 pounds.
1 3/4.
And it's rare and it's delicious. And I could drink with the best of them. I will be here at the end of the show, I promise you.
And those same words could apply to our wonderful River and to our wonderful guest, Michelle. Rare and delicious.
Oh, my.
You're buttering us up.
I have to second that, Victor.
So sweet. He's buttering us up for something. I don't know what for. Okay, so this person, what's the name again?
Chuck.
Chuck. Okay, so Chuck, you've got the arrow of determination. You also have, oh my goodness, wow, this is a really challenging chart. You're probably already shaking your head because you've got such perfectionistic energy. And, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It just means that, in relationships and dealing with people, it's harder for you to not feel let down or disappointed. You definitely really get let down hard because you come in with a certain expectation. You come in with a certain energy that says, I expect this from this person, and I expect them to behave this way, and I expect the scenario to end this way. And if it doesn't happen that way, then you really get disappointed and let down because not only do you have the arrow of frustration, you also have the arrow of the planner, which is something that really adds to your arrow of frustration. It really makes for perfectionistic energy all the way around because you are also a 33-6, which is the master teacher, which is the 6, which is the number of perfectionism. So it's definitely this energy that wants you to be perfect, that wants you to hammer out the details, that wants you to really be that perfectionist. And it's hard. I mean, it definitely is. You're critical on yourself. You're critical with other people, and you don't necessarily want to be that, but it definitely would rear its ugly head more often than not. But the 33-6 right now is one of the life paths that's being called the post right now, so you're definitely being called to whatever it is that you're meant to be doing. Let me just see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, So more restructuring. And I always see this, especially when I'm doing shows or group sessions. Whoever calls in or whoever is in the group, it's always something that is a common denominator. And tonight, it's been the 4. There's always been